can look at the sword.
Zord! We will defeat you!
One target. $128,000 seems about right. It might summon more.
Dragon of Light! Lend me your power! Dragon Slash!
It moves pretty instantly with its attacks. I can't even cancel them. We are going to cast Runner on Yuki. And Runner on Dana. Oh wait, the boss is way too fast. Thank you for the hydration suggestion.
Freeze to absolute zero!
I didn't trust everything to you. You don't have anything. Well, I gave them to Yuki so he would lose them. Even my shoes.
All living things must perish!
You won't get away with this. I grant you the speed of light.
Even with Runner, they're just too slow. Dana! I can't have Dana triggering this early.
This should work.
All living things must perish!
The boss is just too fast.
I won't lose, no matter what.
And there's just not any opportunity to cancel. Who's it targeting? Dana. With something. A normal attack.
Time to recover.
Yeah, thankfully it's not paralysis. It is a strange final boss theme, I agree. Not quite what I was expecting. Dark Hymn on Ulf. We just need to be aggressive.
This final card seals your fate.
The boss has so much HP right now, I just can't afford to be lax.
Taste the rain of fire!
All living things must perish!
Enough is enough! Taste the rain of fire!
Thank you, Wody! A bit overwhelmed with its speed, but its attack seems somewhat weak.
Mother Earth, protect us.
Oh, well, Fina's got full SP. I might want to do something with that.
Oh, moonlight, bring to them the frozen silence of absolute zero.
If only had 999 speed on her, right? Good dynamite rush. It's not even sure what they're doing.
Taste the rain of fire!
Yeah, if I had like a 999 Mudo, or in this particular case, a Yuki, be cool.
I'm loaded with dynamite! I don't feel so good.
All living things must
an ult.
perish.
It's okay.
Enough is enough!
Yeah,
Why don't we try this?
The time has come for your eternal slumber.
Is this like is this like what Zophar did in Eternal Blue? Do we need to like move the hell out of here? I'm guessing that's what it need. I'm guessing that's exactly what it is. See, I've learned from working designs that if there's a giant death portal that opens underneath you, you need to get the hell out of there. Now, whose turn is it? Okay, it's Yuki's. Anytime you want to have a turn, that would be good. Yeah, I figured moving outside of it. There's an attack in Eternal Blue from Zophar that works exactly the same way. I'm guessing so. Either that or it does like an insane amount of damage because Zophar has a move in Eternal Blue that does the exact same thing that I think this move's gonna do. So I need to get the heck out of there now. Let's, get over there. She better not have swayed right back into it, or I'm gonna be upset. Did she just sway back into it? No, because she's still outside of it. I'm watching you. Dark him on Yuki.
All living things must perish.
No, I imagine it would kill me too.
Freeze to absolute zero!
No, I'm just gonna assume it kills, just like Zophar. That seems to be the smartest way to play it.
This final card seals your fate.
something. Alfina. How do I want to do this? This heals everybody. We have 7 of these. Well,
This should work.
we'll never know what damage that would have done.
I'll teach you the folly of your ways.
Not sure what to make of. Did that just remove? Does that just like a debuff? I'm pretty sure that because it removed her defense buff. It may have just been a buff remover, like vanish. Oh no, it may have just worn off naturally.
Your fate.
Because it looked like Yuki's buff ended too.
Dragon of light! Lend me your power! Dragon slash!
I should check to see what Alfina. Normal attack. Oh, she has Armageddon now? That actually might be helpful because it'll debuff the boss. Might actually make them a lot slower and easier to deal with.
Things that make you go boom!
I'll teach you the folly of your ways.
I'm already despaired, so what is this gonna do? I mean, I resist all statuses.
Let your anger and your hate
Or,
be absorbed by the divine light. Your suffering is over.
okay. Oh, look at that! The boss is actually moving at a normal pace. And we can actually interrupt it now.
Pick a card. Any card.
Soon, this world will be mine!
Maybe I should have interrupted it.
This should work.
It's now or never.
He's just getting tired of the fight. He didn't have much of a plan going in. Okay, I think the debuff wore off. Yeah, so it's doing a death knell, so we have to be prepared to move again.
The time has come for your eternal slumber.
Okay, the good news is I think Yuki's literally the only character that's within
This
actual
final
range
card
of that
seals
move hitting.
your fate.
So we just need to move him.
Of course! Let your anger and your hate be absorbed by the
She
divine
gets a freebie,
light.
which is great.
Your suffering is over.
Yeah, they are.
This should protect you.
Okay, it's doing a skill, not an attack.
All is meaningless before me.
Boy, Alfina sure has a long recovery.
10,000 degrees of death.
This final card seals your fate.
I didn't plan this well. Everybody's so far behind, even though the boss is slowed down and may get like one turn. I may have played a little too aggressively there. I should have thrown a platinum feather is what I should have done. Ulf, how'd you get there?
It's getting so dark.
Why were you standing there? When did he even stand there?
All love must perish.
Oh, that's true. Bad luck.
I'm all right.
It's okay, he's alright. It's like all love must perish. I'm alright.
We have no choice. Please work.
I need to heal as soon as I can.
Prepare to die, maggots!
The time has come for your eternal slumber.
This is where Alfina barely makes an effort to run away. I would have laughed if all of the possible places we could run to were all within the circle. That just seems like a very
This final
Alfina
card seals your
thing
fate.
to happen. It's a bit sleepy like the boss can be, yeah, especially with the boss's eyes.
All living things must perish.
Okay, the boss's debuffs have ended. This is where it's getting a little bit scary. Normal attack is fine. We're gonna have to heal.
Time to recover.
Oh, the Muppet Elephant? I mean, they're very Muppet-looking eyes, I'll give you that. Dimension Gate. We'll be okay.
Take this!
Oh, Mr. Snuffleupagus?
All love must
I could see it.
perish.
Let your anger and your hate
Oh, they do have the same tired-looking eyes.
be absorbed by the divine light.
I was getting excited looking at that HP bar in the corner, then I realized it was Dana's. I'm like, oh, we're almost done. Just one more hit, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's Dana.
You won't get away with this.
Oh no! Holy cow! Alfina,
It's okay.
you'll come back
I'll
up,
be
please.
fine.
Thank you. Alright. That was stupid. We have to stop using those skills. Okay, I will go ahead and revive back Yuki.
Don't worry. This should help.
I knew I was still fine because I had the revival gem on her. But that was just a very unfortunate circumstance where everybody decided this seems to be a good place to run to.
The time has come for your eternal slumber.
That's what they're there for.
Don't worry. I still have my trump card.
And she's in it too. So we'll probably have to break out that platinum feather and start moving people around.
Prepare to die, maggots!
The good news is that Dana still has hers. It's just her in the circle, right? Yeah, she's just out of it. Okay. Actually, everyone else is full health. I don't need to waste the heal all.
Time to recover.
Okay, let's try this.
Just anything that won't make him move, so we're just going to use an indigo elixir on himself.
Oh, endless spring of magic power, I call on you.
Time to recover.
Only thing I'm worried about is if the sway The other thing we have to worry about is if the sway makes us teleport into it. That's the other part that's kind of rough. Yeah, like, Dana just teleported inside the stupid death knell because of that sway that we did. So I'm gonna have to move her first chance I get. So on the surface, it seems like the move that the skill that lets it dodge more seems useful, but the fact that it makes you teleport like that and sway makes it really tough to be able to do the things you need to do.
Okay, let's try this.
Alfina, did you just move back there? What is wrong with you?
Soon, this world will be mine!
That's not gonna cancel her run animation, is it? I think it will. Okay, no, she's out of there. Oh boy. We couldn't make it in time. Jeez. So that triggers her revival gem, which is not what I wanted either. So now nobody has a safety net.
All right.
I haven't done like any damage to the boss in a number of turns already. Yeah, you say that, but I haven't attacked him in several rounds. And this might kill Ulf. I didn't check his health. Yes, it wore off like several turns ago.
It's getting so dark.
Yeah, there goes Ulf. So actually, this is where the fight gets
Why
harder.
don't we
It's not
try
actually
this?
getting easier. Now I gotta bring Ulf back. And I don't have the ability to cast Armageddon right now. I need to do... I kind of have to do things weirdly. I need to... I went too far back. I need some Miracle Elixir Ulf now. It's gonna death knell. Where am I? I'm far from everybody. That's where I kind of want to be. And then I want to use... on Alfina. Ulf's gonna get a turn for me to be able to do other things with. Yeah, I'm trying to, but the only debuff I can do right now is through Alfina's skill. I can't actually, as far as I could tell, there's no spell debuff that I can actually do.
The time has come for your eternal slumber!
Freeze to absolute zero!
There is something else I should be doing with Yuki, and I just haven't. I'll have to do it next once I get him out of there.
This should work.
Okay.
All love must perish!
That was the right target for it. I will say that. Darkness. I don't think this is gonna... I don't think any of this is gonna go off in time. I think Ulf's a goner, no matter what. Okay.
Why don't we try this?
I haven't forgotten about Yuki, I'm just trying to deal with everything else.
Soon, this world will be mine!
Okay. Barely made it out of that one.
Here I go!
Normal attack, that's what I want to see. Armageddon.
Let your anger and your hate.
Yeah, we just barely made it out. What I wanted to do was I need to use
Your suffering.
I need to use his skill to make him faster. That way he can move on the turnwheel a bit speedier.
Time to recover.
Unfortunately, because Dana died, I'm pretty sure her mana spring wore off. Yeah. What's the boss gonna do? Despair? I don't know what that does, though.
Oh, endless spring of magic power, I call on you.
I don't know if that'll actually cancel. Even because it's like right at the edge. And I've had moves that have been right at the edge not cancel. I am gonna use Flash.
Warmth and compassion have no place in my world.
I feel the power! Huh.
Hey, watch it, Yuki. Would it kill you to help us out once in a while? I guess it would. Let me... Let's get a warrior tonic on Alfina. Is that is before or after? I can't tell.
This might sting a little.
I guess it's right on the line. Wait, did her mana spring not work? Or was it canceled out? Because I'm pretty sure I used it. I guess we'll just have to do it this way.
All living things must perish.
Well, that sucks.
I'm all right!
How about this?
Who's being targeted? Ulf again.
All love must perish.
I think Yuki was trying to use the SP item on Alfina, right? And that canceled. That canceling just sucked. 1, 2.
Here I go! Yeah!
It's now
Okay,
or
we can
never.
cancel whatever the boss is doing. It's not a normal attack. Dimension Gate, yeah, that'll kill.
Pick a
That'll kill
card.
Dana.
Any card.
It's doing another normal.
Taste the rain of fire!
Whatever it is, it's on Yuki. Armageddon. Oh, it's a normal
Let
attack.
your anger and your hate be absorbed by the
We should be
divine
ready to
light.
end this pretty quickly then, because I think everybody's MP is where it
suffering is
needs to
over.
be. The fact that not everybody is being hit by this makes me think it's a normal attack.
Taste the rain
Thank
of
you,
fire!
Cuffle. Thunderclap. Oh, Thunderclap. We can. Not even scary.
All is meaningless before me.
May the fates hear my call for healing.
Freeze to absolute zero!
I like that I have the equipment that makes Ulf an actually decent mage. Because I have the weapon that increases his magic by 150 that you get as a rare drop for one of the enemies. Which actually puts his damage output on point. Okay, it wore off. Dimension Gate. We're gonna stop that. I mean, we have to stop it. It'll kill Alfina in all likelihood. But the boss is gonna get another turn before we do. Okay, it's a normal attack. We all dodged everything. Spare.
I'll teach you the folly of your ways.
This round should end it.
I'm loaded with dynamite!
Not this attack, but like this round with everybody.
I don't feel so good.
This final
This might
card
be it.
seals your fate.
That is a dead Zorn.
Alfina! Emilius was... he was happy. You have to realize that he died, protecting you.
No. No! I just wanted him to live! I wanted him to see the sky. I wanted him to see this world! Emilius! Thank you. I heard him. Emilius. He said thank you.
It's Griff.
It's Griff.
Thank you very much for playing our game. Epilogue? Anything? Going straight to credits? What's going to happen?
I wanna find it. What I've been searching. The boy reaches out to the sky. He prays to get it. No doubt he'll make it. All of his goals and desires.
Can I fly too?
When you fly the sky, you're dreaming. Leave your worries behind. That's imagination. Can you really deny the fire inside is burning? All you gotta do is break through to make your wishes all come true. Amazing.
And then his son is probably like the protagonist of Extreme. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? All right. We have another credit reel after this, but I think that was mainly what I think that's mainly what was going to be said or played. I don't think there's going to be another actual lyrical song. The son that plays the other way. So Grandia 3. I guess my final thoughts and scores for the game, like, where 80 is a must-play, this game's like a 77. I feel like it should have hit the 80, especially since its combat seems to be a lot more intricate and involved than Grandia 1 and 2. With Grandia 1 and 2, I could just press the instant win button that was Zap Ball and never have to change anything. With Grandia 3, there was a lot more strategy. I had to change my builds and skills quite a lot more frequently, and if I wanted to structure around aerial combos, I could. But there was a lot of problems with the overall mechanics and execution. I brought this up in previous streams. Grandia 1 and Grandia 2 told you how close you were to learning a new skill, or how many skill points it cost, or what the components were to learn the skill. Grandia 3 hides everything from you. The skill, magic, and special levels are all behind invisible EXP counters. It's really frustrating to deal with. And how you learn skills is also frustrating because it seems to be around RNG. You can use aerial slash one time and master it, or 20 times and not. It's very frustrating because even when you everything in your body is telling you just ignore these skills, but you can't. Even like the useless skills you need to master, because it'll give you a better chance of learning a new ability. Whereas in Grandia 2, if I saw a skill from Millennia and I thought this skill is trash, I don't want to spend tech points on it, I didn't have to. But I feel like that's a lot different in 3, where I ended up having to spend time updating skills constantly, just for the off chance that I might randomly learn it in battle when initiating a combo. I don't know why they took that much transparency away from the player, but it made learning skills a real drag. I felt like I was investing time in things I clearly did not want to learn, whereas it was more fun in 1 and 2 to just kind of mess around with learning skills on your own pace and your own way. The cutscenes, I thought the cutscenes were good at the very beginning, as were the character interactions. The team just had a better dynamic at the beginning. Alfina, Yuki, Miranda, and Alonso, all 4 of them together, I thought they really played off of each other well. The way that Miranda just kind of eyed Alonso at the beginning, Alonso stealing the communicator's brooch from Alfina, the way that Alonso and Yuki seemed to have a genuine connection because they had very similar goals. Yuki wanted to kind of fly around everywhere in his plane. Alonso wanted to chart the entire map by sea. It made sense that poetically their paths would have to diverge eventually because their goals encompassed very different things that they could not coincide and do them at the same time together. But then the cutscene charm seemed to really just kind of wear off immediately after Arcrith. As soon as we went to the Baccalaureate Desert, I feel like the cutscenes just told a lot more than they showed, and I just didn't enjoy them as much. I didn't start to enjoy them again until the cutscene where Sky Captain Schmidt was dragging the glider, and then I started to have like the curl of a smile that reminded me of Disc 1. I thought that was kind of a lot of the... I guess I was supposed to care more about Emilius. I guess I was supposed to care more about that villain that showed up in 3 scenes and ended up betraying Emilius. It's like, oh no, I'm so emotionally distraught about this twist over a character I had no idea how I was supposed to feel about in the first place. But I guess that's the storytelling for you. I feel like if this was the first game I played before I bought any of the others, I may not have bought 1 and 2. It's kind of a tough thing to admit. I think the combat is very good, but the fact that it relies so much on setting yourself up on the overworld is a little rough. Like, why can't you just automatically pick up items? Why do you... Because a lot of the back attacks that I was having was from trying to get a chest, painstakingly waiting for it to open, waiting for the item to spawn, and then nudging against it. Grandia 1 and 2, they just gave you the items, and you could argue, you know, well, why don't you just run into the enemy before it runs into you? But that made sense in Grandia 1 or 2, where there was like 1 or 2 enemies that appeared on the screen, or excuse me, like 10 enemies in a very small screen that may have spanned like 5 or 6 screens. Here it's like 1 or 2 large areas with like 2 enemies on a map, or excuse me, 2 large areas with like 25 to 30 enemies on a map. And like, what kind of degenerate is going to like repeatedly run into enemies over and over again for an entire stream? I can't think of anybody who would do something that crazy. And so I don't know. When I think about the way that whole thing was designed, it just seemed like very, very rough for me. Yeah, I mean, the degenerate in me too, but I feel like the skill system, the way that the map was, the camera was awful. It's the worst Grandia camera. The fact that you have to turn it as much as you can, the fact that you can never see enemies until they're right on top of them. And it's like, if I was off stream, I'd defeat every enemy on the map. But I feel like it's tougher when you're streaming an RPG to really be able to do that. I feel like you have to grind and do those types of things politely off stream and kind of keep the action going. But yeah, the thing is, you have more of a bird's eye view in Grandia 1 and 2. I'm actually, you know, the thing is, with the storytelling and everything, I'm more forgiving on the story. You know, if the gameplay plays very, very well and the mechanics aren't frustrating, but I'm like, well, the game was really, really good, but Alfina kind of sucks, so the game's 55 out of 100. Like, that doesn't make sense to me for, like, objectively ranking something. I feel like if the game does a good enough job to play and the story kind of sucks, I feel like you kind of lose some points, but it's not an entirely failure of an experience. I feel this should have hit at least an 80, and the fact that it didn't is a little disappointing. Did it really kill the Grandia series, though? I mean, I feel like it was the beginning of the decline for sure. I'll have to see exactly what Extreme did. I think the difficulty was a bit. I think it was a bit higher. Maybe just a bit. I feel like it with Grandia 1, I could basically just wipe out an entire swarm of enemies by using like Dragon King Slice or just something else and not have to really blink about it. Here you kind of have to think a lot more about what you do because the enemies are faster. Like they move so much quicker on that wheel than you would think possible in the previous games. So you really have to react and plan ahead rather than just expect that your one-hit death move is going to go off and kill everything. So for me, yeah, one of them died, and the rest just went to work on mobile games, like all good Japanese developers. I see. Yeah. So let me see what everyone's been saying here. Oh, come on. I want the... There we go. I have to manually drag it to look back. You remember your first playthrough of the game? And I lost it again. Why is it being so difficult? It keeps scrolling past your commentate. It keeps scrolling through. It gets right past it. You remember your first playthrough of the game, I was on such a high story-wise with Grandia 1 and 2, and then, yeah, the thing that happened with... Yeah, the story is definitely a disappointment. Like I said, everyone's character peaked in Grandia at the very beginning of the disc. Like, Yuki had an aspiration rather, to be a pilot, and crashed 19 planes, and a third of the way through the story, met his goal. Ended up having to inspire more of the pilots at Disc 2, but effectively he kind of reached his height right there and acknowledged Miranda as his mother, and like what I think was probably one of the most well done cutscenes. Even though I make fun of any mouth movement from here on out, I do think that was kind of a good cutscene. And then Ulf met his kind in Dragon Valley, butted heads, and then became useless. And then Dana, she didn't even need our help to come around. We just said love is important, and she's like, "Get the hell out of my my settlement." And then she came around whenever Raven came back, and then she just stopped mattering. I feel like they were trying to have some interactions between her and Alfina, but I don't think any of them really panned out very well. Yeah, Grandia 3 is not a bad game. I don't actively recommend it, but that doesn't mean I actively say don't play this game. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that I wouldn't actively recommend this game for somebody that's a story and gameplay enthusiast. But overall, I think some of the music tracks, I mean, some of the battle themes are, definite bangers, and of course, Iwadare composed the best theme ever with the desert settlement. So, yeah, that's the thing. I think Grandia 2's cast had kind of the best togetherness. Sue's goodbye, definitely still hits me hard from Grandia 1, and the way that all of the characters kind of reacted to that, the way that Fina did, the way that Justin did. But I feel like the party as a whole, as far as the way that characters were behaving, I was more invested in 2's characters interacting with each other than 1's, but I was more invested in 1's world. In 3, I would say I'm more invested with the combat system than the previous 2 games, because it demands more of your attention at any given time, whereas I don't think 2 or 1's demanded quite as much of me in the attention department. Yeah, the back jam, is that what we need to spam tomorrow during your speedrun, Wody? Because I will. What time are you speedrunning Grandia 3 tomorrow? And yeah, Justin and Rap were basically besties. I mean, Rap was basically the Joey Wheeler, and Justin was the Yugi, and and they basically had a very good relationship with each other. And but yeah, Rap's village was the highlight, I think, of Grandia 1. But yeah, all things considered, I never mentioned the air travel. The air travel is like the best thing. It's so simple but effective, with the way that you can communicate with other people, see landmarks and everything else. And then it was a little sad that there was no new dialogue in Disc 2 that I could see, where whenever all of the flight units started to respond again, I was kind of hoping there'd be pilots talking about it, but there wasn't, from what I could tell, and that was sad. I mean, there was quite a lot of dialogue, don't get me wrong, that was used in the aerial travel, but the radio was I mean, that is I think the most effective way of doing it. You don't need to do 9 million loop-to-loops or a lot of things with it just to make it an effective aerial travel. I think it's probably the best I've seen in any RPG. Skies being a close second, but Skies, had a lot of emptiness and random encounters, which prevented you from really enjoying it. 9:30 p.m. EST. Okay, well, I will definitely tune in tomorrow, at least for as long as I'm able to. I may have to look at the VOD for the tail end of it, because I'll likely go to bed before you finish. Yeah, the plane is super direct. Oh, okay. I never experimented. That's okay. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to hit the right frequencies to see the radio. You could travel and never see the radio frequency as an option. So I would imagine a lot of people might have missed it. But overall, a little over 41 hours. Well, that's actually not true because there's the 20-something hours that won't show from me grinding off stream to try to get that sword. But I would say a fairly decent length RPG. I don't know where I am on the speedrun leaderboards with my time of 41 hours, though. Probably pretty close to the world record. Yeah, it got accepted into a marathon. Oh, and you actually okay? So you're not a backup for that December marathon. You're gonna actually be doing your which marathon is it? Yeah, because I'll definitely tune in tomorrow. But I think that's. I mean, I don't know what else to discuss with Grandia 3. I'm glad Elfina found happiness and love, and somehow it didn't look like she was gonna have a happy ending with the fact that the communicator, I mean, she failed so badly as a communicator, got every guardian killed, and basically had to be relieved as a communicator by a deceased guardian. It was pretty great. No holidays allowed. Okay. Alright, I haven't heard of that, but I'll look into it. But thank you all for stopping by. So Tuesday, no Grandia stream. I'm doing something with an Undertale mod on Tuesday. It's gonna be a one-day type of thing. The thing is, I feel like with these types of mods, it's like 90. It's gonna be like 80% vanilla and 20% new content. So it's basically. I'm basically viewing it as me just streaming Undertale, which I don't. I mean, I've already played it. I think most other people are already familiar with it, so it's not going to be as impactful. It would mainly just to be to experience the new mod stuff. Thursday is going to be Grandia Extreme, and so that's when I'll be playing more. That's when we'll actually be continuing the Grandia story. So we'll be playing Dead or Alive Extreme Grandia and see how that goes. But thank you all for stopping by. Cuffle, Suitcase, Wody, Teishi, Miss Hedgie, Bear Kidney. I thank you all for stopping by, and I will talk to some of you on Tuesday and probably most of you on Thursday. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful night.